Hello, my community. This is Oz from NoMoSA.art. And for those few of you that don't know what NoMoSA.art stands for, it is an acronym for No More Starving Artists. Now, why is that important? Why is it important that artists don't starve? It is important because artists create wonder and joy and abundance in people's lives. They bring life into rooms when you enter into them. They take you back to joyful times in your life with some of the art that I'm going to show you today. And if you're if you're blown away by what you see today, then I could really use your help. So on your screen, you see a phoenix. Okay. Why would I start this with a phoenix? Well, because frankly, I need to raise from the ashes. I need to raise from the ashes because we've fallen on some hard times, not just since COVID, but recently. And I'm looking for your help because I want to bring some of that wonder and joy into your life. So I'm going to put my cursor over here because, of course, I have multiple screens. And I'm going to start sharing some art with you from a collection that just got released. And this is one of the main reasons I'm talking to you today. Sometimes dealing with major corporations, they say things and forget about it. So we had a massive art sale about 6 or 7 weeks ago, spent an incredible amount of time and effort in putting together everything you could possibly put together to create a yes. And we got a yes. And it was almost $250,000. But it didn't contract and they haven't paid us. So we're releasing a good part of that collection. And I'm going to show you a good portion of it today. All of the art I'm going to show you today is mine. There's a lot of other artists in the collection. I can't release theirs because it's their art. So I don't have their permission to release it. They want it kept in the collection for now. So we're going to blow through some of this stuff. And again, if you are completely enrolled in what I'm saying today, what I'm sharing with you, uh, you're going to want to give me a call because I do need to hear from you very soon. If we can continue so that we can continue to do what we do for artists worldwide, which is generate residual income 9 different ways. And we're at the precipice right now. So this is a wolf. Now, a good portion of the artwork you're going to see today is created in a very impressionistic brushstroke style. Much of it is created with AI. Some of it is created with my camera. A lot of it is worked on in Photoshop and PaintShop Pro. I work in many different mediums, as do a lot of the NoMoSA artists. Some work with wood, some work with metal, some work with paint and brush and palette knife, and many work in conjunction with all of the above. You have to do that these days. You have to be a jack of all trades. So this is a beautiful black wolf, almost looks like he's on fire, looking very intently, perhaps at a rabbit. And again, this is a portion of the impressionistic style that we sell multiple ways. We could do them on metal. We prefer to do them on giclée gallery wrapped canvas. But those are just 2 styles we do. Of course, there's prints, but we're not going to talk about that. Of course, you can purchase prints from us, but we're talking about other things today. The third way is on canvas, doing clear gesso strokes of swirls, which makes the art look like it was professionally painted. And the fourth way, the most expensive way, is to actually have one of our artists, or 2 or 3 or 4, depending on the size of the collection, actually paint all of the brushstrokes that you're seeing in much of the art you're going to see today. That is the most outstanding way to do it. The great thing about doing that is we share the income. Okay. I'm creating the art, they're adding the brushstrokes, and they get a hefty chunk of that sale. So we're very proud of the fact that we think we're the only ones on the country, in the world maybe, that is doing that. Because again, our name is No More Starving Artists, not Oz Makes All the Money Starving Artists, because that would suck. This is a representation, and there'll be quite a few more of these, of a woman dissipating into the canvas, right? In again, in a very impressionistic style, like it was painted by one of the great masters 2, 3, or 400 years ago. I really, really enjoy these because these are the images that started all of this. And I'll go into a little more detail in a little while. So this is an Alaskan eagle. This would more likely only be printed on metal because it is a photograph, basically, that I created utilizing also AI. I love the eye. I love just that look of coming in for the kill. I would not do this on canvas, but it would still look pretty good. But it's so pure that it would be difficult to do brushstrokes on this one. So this is autumn aspens. This is one of mine. Comes from Big Cottonwood Canyon here in Utah, of course, in autumn. It is a 16 by 24 on G-Clay gallery canvas. It sits right over there on my wall. You can't see it right now. I am surrounded by art, and it is one of my favorites. This is called a Zadi. Now you would say, well, why is it called a Zadi? What does that have to do with this painting? What is it? What does it mean? Well, the original collection, much of which I'm going to show you today, was meant for a global partner firm in New York City that was going to broker the art to the sheiks in the Arab world, Abu Dhabi and the UAE and all of the Arab countries, Saudi Arabia, you know, and they come into New York every November. They do a big gala and they bid on items. And when the head of that firm explained this to me, I researched what animals are held in high reverence in the Arab countries. And I'm going to show you some of those today. Obviously, this is an American eagle, a bald eagle. This was one of them. I love that this is just so blue. And Azadi is the Arabic name for this eagle. Please don't ask me what that means. I don't remember. I trust me, I did these all in ChatGPT. Okay. This is a peregrine falcon, and this is called Before the Dive. Peregrine falcon is the fastest hunting bird in the world. When they dive straight down, I believe they can get up to 200 miles an hour. Many of the Arab leaders in the Arab world have peregrine falcons. They do falconry, they do races, and I really love this image because the color just blows me away. This is called Bubble Bath. This would only be on metal because it would really, really pop. This is called Calm. Very zen, very namaste. So it's Calm. This is a Chinese ink wash painting, and this would make a beautiful tapestry. You could do it as a tapestry, as a canvas. It would really pop on metal, but being that it's called Calm, you'd want it to be a little bit more sedate. This is one of my all-time favorites. This is called Circulation. Okay. This was a photo of a leaf that I took in New York 15, 16 years ago. I worked on it in Photoshop in something I call my Maximum Peter series. And this really, really shows you the circulation running through the leaf, which is in the purple and the red. It's one of my favorites. And this is a gallery. This is a plexi, gallery plexi. They're rather expensive and very, very heavy. You got to double nail the wall so that these don't fall off, but they're stunningly beautiful. This one is a 20 by 30. This one is called Deconstruction of Grace, because you can clearly see she is deconstructing into the canvas. And this is what I was talking about earlier. There's several of these in there. I have dozens. Everything you see represented in this collection, I have many, 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 many dozens or hundreds of different varieties of them, but you don't have 4 hours for me to show you even a tenth of my art. So we're just going to keep moving along. This was my ex-girlfriend's favorite. This is called Enter If You Dare. All right. So this is also on the Wasatch Front on a trail. You can see the city in the background. This is called the Creepers program. And these are electric trees. And if you try to walk between them, it might not end very well. Okay. This is Eve in Cubism. Cubism is a style of art that I've absolutely fallen in love with. And these would pretty much only be on metals. This is another version. I think this one is my favorite. She just has such a classically happy look on her face. She almost looks like the girl from Star Trek Voyager, the Borg, Seven of Nine. She looks a little bit like Seven of Nine. If you're not a Star Trek fan, you're lost right now. That's okay. This is Fall Flowing. I believe one of these sits in my friend Clay's home from wherever he's from. If he's watching this, he'll be laughing right now because he knows he owns this. And this is also Big Cottonwood Canyon in the fall. I am up there all fall long because Utah in the fall is just absolutely mind-exploding colorful. This is the same stream up in Big Cottonwood Canyon, and this is called Fire and Water for obvious reasons. Both of those are 16 by 24s on gallery wrapped canvas. This one is called Flutterby Implosion. This is also a gallery plexi, very heavy, 20 by 30. This was an original photograph of a black swallowtail butterfly that I chased for 90 minutes in New York City in a botanical gardens and finally landed on a pink flower. And this is in my Implosion series where every pixel explodes outwards. There's a lot of other story behind this, but I'm not going to share that right now. This is called Forest of Glass. It's done in a very, very interesting program. This would only be on a metal, a very square metal, like a 24 by 24. This will pop right off the wall. This would be something for a bedroom, maybe a bathroom. I don't know if I'd put this in a living room. It's kind of calming, and just from the darkness of it, I could see just looking at it and just zenning out and falling asleep. So there's that. This is a fractal, and it's called Fractal, and I'll just leave it at that. Okay. This is Gone into Smoke. This is another one of the women dissipating into the canvas that we could print out many, many ways. But again, if you wanted it actually overpainted by one of our artists, it would double the price, but it would be unique in the universe. You would be the only person that would be owning one of these. We can do prints. Again, we can do canvas prints if you'd like. There's many, many ways we can sell these. And again, we're looking for your help today. This is Hamza, the Lion of God. I think Hamza means Lion of God. I'm not sure. Or just Hamza is the Lion of God in Arabic. It is pretty fierce looking. Almost like he just got a perm. But I love the brushstrokes on the left side. This just speaks to me. So this is one of the images that I will have painted for me because I absolutely love this one. It speaks to me. It speaks of strength. And, I could see looking at this just as I leave the house in the morning and being ready to just conquer the day. All right. This is Hidden in Colors because it is the entire front facing is black because she's in silhouette. And then the colors are, again, this is a woman dissipating into the canvas. This is another one I have to have in my house. This is Haria, okay? That is also another Arabic word, obviously something of eagle. This one is a bit more sedate. It's a little red, white, and blue, but it's a little bit more calming, okay? It's not as blown out in color as some of the others. This is Jamila. I absolutely love this one. She's wearing the full wrap. And if this ever does go to that Arabic group, I think they're going to bid pretty high on this one. Okay, this is Leo in Waves because it looks like he has waves. I think this is another one I'm going to have in my house. I absolutely love just the brush strokes in this one. This is going to be a lot of fun for an artist to overpaint. Of course, you could purchase this any way you want, but Think about how this would look in your house. Think of the wonder and joy. Just imagine looking at this piece of art in your home every day. This is Liberty Pond in Liberty Park. This is the koi pond. I do a lot of meditation there. You got to watch out for the duck poop, but this is just one of my favorite places. I love going there. The koi are every color of the rainbow. It's very difficult to photograph them though. But this is done as a digital oil painting, as all of the photographs are. This is a griffin over the city. I did a series of griffins for my friend Brian, sent a bunch of them to him, and whenever I see him online, he uses it as his background. This isn't one of the ones he uses. I did a few specifically for him, but griffins are pretty cool creatures. And this is also another one that could be overpainted. This is the Medusa King, because his hair kind of looks like Medusa, and I'll leave that at that. This would also be a Giclée gallery wrapped canvas. This is the NoMoSA wolf. This is a portion of our logo. It's a little too colorful, but sooner or later we'll be doing t-shirts with this wolf, probably on the sleeves and a logo on the front and some other wolves. But as you can tell, I like wolves. This one glows in the dark. It's very cool. All righty. And this is a Black Panther, and this is Panther Swirls, because this is very swirly. Also one that can be overpainted. This is another one that I think I have to have in my house. This is the Predator in black. It almost looks to me like it was done in whipped cream. What do you think? It is pretty cool. All right. And this is Pride, possibly because every color of the rainbow is in there. I love the sun in the background and the mountains just coming in. The eagle looks very beautiful. The eye is very sharp. This is Rage and Disruption, because he's enraged and he is disrupted. He's also dissipating into the canvas. This is Royalty. This is actually, I think I have this on Etsy as one of my t-shirts. I got to buy one for myself. It's just the gold, the black, and the red just speak royalty to me. It just looks so amazing. And I can see this, and we could turn it any direction you want. I could really see this in somebody's living room or a library. This would look so great in a library, possibly horizontal. This is Sakir al-Mutakabir. Sakir al-Mutakabir. Please don't ask me what that means. I looked all this stuff up. When they're sold to these Arab sheiks, they're going to know what it means. I don't have to. But if I do roll these out to New York, then I'm going to have to actually know what they mean. This is Speaking Truth, because he's speaking truth. Why not? Of everything I've shown you, this is my favorite. And I call this one Storm Hunting. Because if you look at it, you see the waves. They're just frothing, and they're violent. One of my friends said this is one of the most violent pieces of art I ever created. You see the waves lapping up against the shore in the background, the jagged mountain cliffs, and the eagle coming in because its dinner is right there. This is the last kill before the storm comes in, and he has to get home to feed those babies. And this represents everything about that violence, the waves just lapping up and ready to hit the eagle, the wings spread to slow down, and those talons sharp and waiting to just grab that fish in its claws and go off home. This is going to be the first one I'll be buying for myself. I'll have, if somebody does want this overpainted, it'll be a one of one. So the other one will have to be one of my artists painting it in slightly different colors. So if this one really speaks to you, then we'll figure it out. Okay. Understand, guys, it took me decades of learning to be able to create these. Okay. Decades of learning Photoshop, the settings on my cameras since the 1980s when I photographed babies in New York and weddings all over the place. And you know, Paint Shop Pro and Illustrator and AI when it came in 2.5 years ago, learning how to do the prompt engineering to make everything exactly the way I want it to look. It's a lot of work, guys. It really is. This is a stained glass window. It is digital, of course. I use this as my Zoom background often. But there is a lab here in Utah that actually prints out heavy vinyl, and we can affix this to one of your windows and it will look and feel exactly like stained glass. It is quite outstanding. I've done a couple for friends right here in the neighborhood and they absolutely love them. From the outside, you can't tell they're not stained glass. Um, so this is called the Edge of Creation. This is done based on a specific artist. I don't recall their name. I use a lot of artists in my AI, but this is very ethereal. You know, it's thought provoking to me. And this is like a wallpaper. So it's a 16:9. It's very wide, wider than most of the others. This is another fractal. It's called the Face of Bo. If you're a Doctor Who fan, you know what that means. If not, that's okay too. This is the Fire King. I don't think I have to explain why. This could be overpainted as well. It wasn't designed that way, but it does look that way. This is one of my all-time favorites, and this is called the First Tree. Back at the beginning of time, there lived a tree, and it was the first tree, and it was the only tree. And basically, when it dropped its seeds and they germinated, the tree was so bright that it lit up and created the sky. I get chills. All right. This is only to be done on metal or a print, and it is one of my all-time favorite creations. This is the Flow. This, of course, is another eagle. This is the Last Days. This is a very old lion, and he's waiting to pass, and he's just got that wisdom and love in his eyes for his pride, because he's ready to go. This is very similar to the one previous. This is called Those Who Look Beyond. A lot of solitude in this one, a lot of thoughtfulness. This is another Chinese ink wash painting. This is called Village at the Gates of Dawn. For some reason, I think this would look great as wallpaper in a bathroom. I don't know why. It's just very calming. This is called Vitrail. It is also the style of art. You could look at it as a stained glass, but it really isn't. It's kind of a combination. It's a matrix of both. And I just love the way the hair flows, and you could see the stained glass in her hair. This is called Winged Hunter. And again, this is another peregrine falcon. I love, love, love the colors in this one. And we're getting toward the end now, because this is another phoenix, you know, where we're trying to rise from the ashes. So guys, I've given a lot more than I've received in life. Maybe too much, to too many. And I'm asking for your help today. Okay. What does that look like? Well, you know, if you're looking for some outstanding art in your house, you can pick up the phone. You can call me at 347-839-0598 and say, hey, Oz, I have to have that lion in my house. Hey, Oz, I have to have that eagle. Hey, Oz, I love phoenixes. Do you have more? Yes. Everything you've looked at, I have many, many different varieties of. And of course, we accept PayPal, we accept Venmo, we accept credit cards. But I want to leave you with the imagination of not just helping me, because I'm in a hard spot right now. I am not going to lie to you. But to be able to continue doing what we do for our artists and continuing to sell their art worldwide, which includes you don't have to speak well to be a CEO, which includes tax resolution, okay, for people of, you know, who have high debt, with our NFTs, working with attorneys, working with tax resolution companies, and so many other ways that we help our artists make money, not just selling a piece of art and putting it up in people's homes. So call to action. If you don't have thousands of dollars, if you don't have hundreds of dollars, I ask you, please, from the bottom of my heart, send what you can. All right. I'm going to have my Venmo link here. I'm going to have my PayPal link here. And we need you guys right now. We really, really do, so we can continue to do some of the great work we do for artists in the world. I will just leave you with that. And I really led with the art. You know, I'm sure I'm a tiny little face on the side, because this is all about the art and the artists, and be able to help them be abundant in their trade. Because at NoMoSA.art, we are eradicating the term starving artists from our cultural vocabulary. and we do need your help. Any way you can help. And if you have neither the funds or the compunction, see who you know that does. It would mean the world to us. This is Oz from NoMoSA.art. We love you all. You have a great day, and we'll see you on the flip side.